Huh? Yeah. Yeah. Nah, the views nice that they're in front. Yeah,
Shalom. This is Precinct Officer 5000, Karafi from the ISUPK, under Commander General Hannah. And today is a Monday class, which is a history class. We should go into all the history you want to know. We'll break it down for you. So that's 394 Lodge Road, B18 5PW. 394 Lodge Road, B18 5PW. I want to give a shout out to everybody that came to the High Holiday
that's right.
from in town, out of town, and even the people that couldn't make it, man. Big shout out to you, man. I know it's hard out there. COVID, traveling, it's rough, man. So even the brothers and sisters that couldn't make it, man. You know what I mean? The water to you also, man. The brothers paid their tithes, still helped out, gave donations. You know what I mean? And we had a good time. All the brothers, shalom to the sisters that cooked for the holiday, sisters that feasted. Even Dango Bar, man, who took it upon himself to get busy in the kitchen as well, man. So lucky. Well, that brother there likes to throw down the kitchen, man. So lucky, but big shout out to him as well, man. Big up to the sisters that helped prepare the breakfast the following day, man. That was good. Also had a good time, man. Shout out to the sisters that came down, the brothers that came down, or the children were playing. It was a good time, man. You know what I mean? And guess what? We're gonna do it all again in December, man. You know what I'm saying? Gonna do it all again in December, man. But yeah, make sure you come down to 394 Large Road, B18 5PW. Any questions you have, type them in the chat. All right. I mean, we've got classes tomorrow also, which will be on Facebook, Instagram. Oh, no, it'll be on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope. Also, like and subscribe to ISUPK United Kingdom on YouTube and One West United Kingdom on YouTube. ISUPK underscore UK on Facebook and ISUPK underscore UK on Twitter also. So what Wednesday we got the law class as well, Officer Dunga Bar, 7 to 9. Thursday, scripture breakdown class by Captain Parasha, 7 to 9. Friday, 9 till 12 on the end. So make sure you do as well. We've got a lot of programs, man. Lord willing, we should have a guest for on the ends this week. Lord allow. So we're gonna get into some things now. So what's one of the big things in the UK right now, man? Anyone know what 419 is? 419 is a Nigerian term for scam artists, man. And in places like London, that slang, that term has become a slang now. Everyone uses it. Yeah, 419, 419, 419. I'm gonna show you what the Bible says about 419s, man. About scam artists, man. Dutch got a new tune talking about I never done 419 or fraud, man. which is a good thing, man. It's like what we're gonna show you what the Lord thinks about this, man. We'll show you how like, fraud and scams and all these things are ancient, man. They go back to Egypt, man. They go back to the Greeks, man. Let me show you in the Bible what Christ thinks about this, what God thinks about this, what the prophets thought about this, man. The same way the government hates 419s and scammers, man. God hates it too, man. And the same way the government are 419ers and they are scammers, man. Guess what? In time of history, our people, our politicians, our elected officials, our priests and prophets were 419ers too, man. And guess what? God hated it. Jesus Christ did not want that, man. Slack, you know, got the information.
Um, yeah, from the website Trilio.com, Identity Insights, a history of fraud from ancient Egypt to the modern pandemic.
So again, so go for history from today, which is the modern pandemic, from the time of Egypt, man. Keep it in.
When we think about fraud, we often itch at financial fraud of one kind or another.
So when you think about fraud, you think about one man using another man for financial gain. That's what you usually think of. And that's what fraud is, man. That's what fraud is, man. That's what fraud's always been about, man. Always been about one man cheating another man to get rich, man. Cheating another man to make money, robbing you out of your money to make, robbing a man out of his money to make your own money, man. You know what I mean? Drop that. So carry on, Slack here.
You might assume that Oni would have to be invented before fraud became an issue.
Okay. So what he's saying is, yeah, you would think that money would have to be invented for fraud to be an issue. He's saying it's not the case. He's saying before there was any such thing as money, people was frauding each other, man. So you would think that you need pounds and dollars and yen and euros in order for a man to fraud somebody. This man is saying no, and it's about to prove it. You don't need money to fraud people. Frauding has been going on before there was such thing called money, before there was such thing called pounds and pence and dollars and yen and euros and pesos and whatever the case may be, man. Keep it in.
But the act of fraud is as old as intelligence itself.
And frauding people is old, man. Why do you think in the Bible God put laws about fraud, man? Why? Because the Egyptians were doing it, man. These Indians were doing it, man. The Mediterraneans, or who else?
The
The Mesopotamians, they're always doing it, man. And God knows how fraud is disgusting, man. God knows how disgusting it is, man. He didn't want us doing that too and put laws against it, man. Before there was any such thing called currency, man, there was fraud going on. And the history about to break down what kind of fraud it was. Keep it in.
Itself, a nesting bird feigns a broken wing to or predators away from the nest. A dishonest merchant places a thumb on the scales when weighing out goods.
So saying a dishonest merchant will put the thumb on the scales, man. So a man will say, you know what, I want a pound of rice. Really, he's not giving you a pound, man. He's giving you under a pound, man. Meaning what? Now he got more rice. He didn't sell you a pound of rice. He sold you under a pound. And how did he do that? By falsifying the scales, man.
That's right.
You look at the scales and go, yep, the scale says a pound. It must be a pound. It's not, man. He's rigged it, man. He sold you under that, man. That means what? He got more rice to put back. He got more to sell. He's right. He can stretch, as Jamaicans say. He can make it stretch now, man. That's what this honest merchant's been doing from before currency, man. From when people were just trading, man. Keep it in.
In the Middle Ages, traders combined valuable spices with fertilizers like grounded nutshells and seeds.
So in ancient times, man, traders, imagine you're from England, you're trading you're trading with another country. England don't have spices. Spices tend to come from Ethiopia, man. Spices tend to come from India. But England wants spices, they want to spice their food up. So how do you get them spices? By trading, man. And you go to a trader and say, listen, I want a pound of, give me some spices, cinnamon. And guess what? It's not a pound of cinnamon, man. It's 50% cinnamon. The rest is ground up powder, man. Ground up nutshells looking like cinnamon, man. And people were doing that from before currency was created, man, from trading days, man. That's what the historian's saying right here, man. And we don't worry when they get the scriptures, man. You might think, what's this got to do anything? When they get the scriptures, I show you that God's not with this, man. God don't like this, man. God's not with cheating people, man. And let me tell you something, the government that we live in is all about this, man. It's all about this, man. I used to think that the only con artist was roadmen. Then I found out when you go into the corporate world, they're just as fees, man. They're fees with suits and ties, man. I've known drug dealers, man, that made enough money and said, you know what? I'm gonna open a dessert shop just to find out. And guess what? That business is shady as well, man. Some shady fine print they didn't see. They don't own the building. The name ain't on the deed. They thought it was on the deed. They don't really own anything. They're just as crooks, man. They're the biggest crooks, man. They look at black people, make it like black people are crooks because we sell drugs, man. The corporate world are bigger crooks, man.
That's right.
The music industry is full of crooks, man. You don't even own your own. What's it called? Your royal. You don't own your masters, your royalties. Big crooks, man. But guess what? They don't do it with a gun, though, man. They're not black, so people think, oh, you know what I mean? They ain't crooks, man. Only black people are crooks. They're the biggest crooks, man. And the law's against this, man. What do you think signing a record deal is, man? That's fraud, man. Just like what we're reading here. But because they put suits and ties on, you think it's not fraud, man. When you tell them, man, listen, man, come work for me, and I make sure you get a good record deal, man. I'm in the studio making all the music, man. Writing away, looking for great ideas. I'm the one doing sound rehearsal and sound check and sweating on the stage, man. And then flying out to another country doing it again. Flying out to another country doing it again. And guess what? There's some oppressor in the background who ain't singing and dancing. Who ain't coming up with all the ideas, man. And he gets all the money, man. And out of all that money, he breaks you off a piece of it, man. Because here you go. What's it? Go buy yourself a bouncing car, man. Go buy yourself a gold chain, man. They're the biggest frauds, man. And God is against fraud in the Bible, man. God is against cheating people and scamming people, man.
That's right.
Keep reading.
And seeds to increase their supply.
And there were ground seeds in there to increase their supplies, man. Like what you see in the movies today, man, when people put baking soda in their cocaine, man. When people put baking soda in their crack, man, to make it look bigger, man. Like what the oppressor does today, man. Oppressor put steroids in his chicken, man. You're in KFC thinking you got a nice wedge, big, you know, a big, what's it called? A big drumstick, man. Or a big thigh or a big breast, man. You have it, man. You got a marga chicken that's what 6 months old. Didn't even get time to really fully develop, man. And they injected it with water and all types of nastiness, man. That's them cheating the people, man. That's them robbing the people, man. You're thinking, yeah, man, KFC got that good, nice, delicious, succulent breast, man. And it ain't, man. It's pumped with steroids to make it look big. That's cheating the people, man. And this has been going on way before KFC, man. Way before drug dealers. Way before politicians, man. Keep it in.
It seems no era is free from the practice of deception for the personal benefit.
I just said no era is what? Free from this practice.
That's right.
Meaning all eras have done it, man. Meaning the Babylonians did it, East Indians did it, everyone did it. But there's one era that shouldn't do it, and that's you, black man. That's you, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. Meaning all nations did things like these, man. Apart from one. That's what the Bible means by you are a peculiar people, man. I mean, you're different, man. So everybody cheats people, man. Everybody robs and has sexual deviancy and do all types of nonsense, but not you, though. You're special, man. You're peculiar. You're different, man. Keep it in.
What is fraud? Essentially, fraud is any acts committed by an individual or group that uses deceit in some way to gain value for a miscreant.
And that's what fraud is. Fraud is when someone, you know, mistreat someone or misuse someone, cheat someone to get gain, man. To get gain, get land, get money, get property, whatever the case may be, man. Keep it in.
While currency is a common goal.
Give me the part before money. The title in there called Before Money.
Before
Baba
money.
Kushar.
Also, got it. Before money, the Greek philosopher.
So now we're going to the Greeks now. We heard about back in ancient times, the Egyptians, how they used to fraud, man. We read about no era was exempt from fraud, meaning the all did fraud, man. Now we're going to the Greeks now, man. Keep it in.
The Greek philosopher Aristotle reported on the fraud surrounding the encampment of Caesarea or or salons shaking off of the burden in the 6th century BCE.
Okay,
which,
so go to BCE now. So 6th century before Christ. Keep it in.
which released the Greeks from slavery for debts.
So Greeks had, when you say slavery, it doesn't mean in chains, man. Greeks will have other Greeks in debt, and the Bible calls, even in the Bible calls it slavery. Like if you owe Barclays a lot of money on a credit card, you're in debt to them. You're not free till you pay the debt. You're in slavery to them. And Greeks had other Greeks in debt, and this is how they would deal with each other, man. And it was disgusting. This is how we're not supposed to deal with each other, man. It was disgusting how they play each other, use each other, and this was their officials, man. This was their government, man. It's like the other one.
So if we could answer that, then what he's saying is, with the slaves they had, they were meant to be released from the debt, but they shook him down to keep him in the debt still.
There you go. And then guess what? That's that same flack here. That same thing happens today, man. It's saying these slaves are meant to be free from their debt, meaning the slaves had debt, but the Greeks will fraud them to keep them in their debt, man. And guess what? They do the exact same thing today, man. They ain't changed. Don't you know the same Greeks that rule back then is the same white man ruling today? Let me tell you something about credit cards, man. You have a credit card with a £1,000 limit, man. And what happens when you reach 800? They'll send you a text saying, "Yeah, Mr. Thomas, we've raised the bar. It's not £1 grand no more, it's 2." And then when you're £1 grand 5, they'll raise it again, man, and say, "You know what? You know what, Mr. Thomas, you make good payments. We've made it £3 grand now, man." They want to keep you in debt, man. They're seeing that you're on top of your payments, you're doing well, and they don't want that, man. Why would they want you to make them payments? That means, hold on, we gave you £3 grand, and you're making these payments easily. Before we know it, you're gonna be back to zero again. I don't want that. I want you struggling, man. I want you paying this over 10 years, 20 years. That way, interest and interest. I get paid off. I can get paid double after interest alone. I don't want you paying this, man. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give you more, man. I'm gonna give you more and more and more until you start to struggle with it. I see you can handle £1 grand. I can see you can handle £1 grand. I can't have that. You're gonna be out of slavery soon. This debt's gonna be back at zero in a minute. So let me up it, man. That's like giving a crack addict more crack, man. It's like giving a weed addict more weed, man. They want to mess you up, man. And the Greeks did the exact same thing, man. They had tricks in place to keep man in slavery. That's fraud right there, man. Keep it in.
Ancient Egypt was secure ashless until 525 BCE.
So now we're going to Egypt now. Egypt was cashless until what? 525 BCE. And guess what? Even before cash, people was frauding each other, man. The traders was frauding each other, man. Playing each other, cheating each other, man. Keep it in.
But the taxes were still collected in kind takings, the form of either traded goods or forced labor.
So even though there was no cash, taxes were still paid, and taxes was by what? By goods, farm goods, sheep, rice, agriculture, or even forced labor, man. You pay taxes off by being a slave, man. So even though there was no cash, people still had to pay the taxes. Keep it in.
Fraud was a common issue faced by the government of the day, with tax collectors sometimes being punished quite severely for using inaccurate measures.
Even the tax collectors, man, the people that work for the government, man, will come with inaccurate measures, man. They'll say, "So, Mr. James, how much did you make today? How much did you make last year, man?" Okay, so you owe us a tenth, man. Let's go weigh how much that is. And really, you think you're weighing a tenth, you're weighing 20. You're weighing 20, man. You think you're weighing 10%, you're weighing 20%, man. You're robbing the people. From back then, that was a government, man. The same government that robs people today. The same banks that rob people today, man. When you think of fraud, you always think about Oliver Twist and the little street criminals pickpocketing people. No, man. You know what I mean? The government ain't exempt from this, man. The rich ain't exempt from this, man. All these big corporations, they ain't exempt from this neither, man. They're just a scam artist also, man. Keep it in.
The measures to weigh out the quantities of grain to be taxed, thus furling householders into overpaying their taxes.
So they'll have you overpaying, man. Overpaying taxes. So they'll go back to the king with your tax money, but not just your tax money, a bit more. Could they rob you, man? And where do you think that extra goes, man? The extra that they stole, that they lied to you about, Where do you think that money goes, man? In their pockets, man. In today, you know what they call it today? They call that skimming off the top, man. Skimming it off the top. You know how you got milk, you skim off the fat off the top. They call it skimming off the top. And politicians do that all the time, man. Politicians get a budget for the schools and the libraries and so forth, and they give the schools what? Half the amount of the budget, man. They get like £1 billion budget for school books, and they give half of that. And guess where the other half goes? They skim it off the top, man. The other half goes on their mortgage. The other half goes on their holidays and their honeymoon with their wife, man. It goes for their men lovers and all types of nonsense that they do, man. Government official defrauding people has been going on from ancient times, man. When you think of fraud, don't think about a man pickpocketing. Don't only think about a man calling and saying, yeah, you want a new car, man. All you got to do is send us £100 and you can come and claim your prize, man. Don't think about that, man. He's wrong too, but guess what? Think about your government officials, man. It's like the other one.
And what's heavy, even today, it's like a lot of agencies that like you see, they'll say, you know, okay, we'll book your flight and it's £1,000. And really, if you was to go to the airport itself and like book the flight, it's not even that much. They're robbing you.
Hit the nail right in the head, man. Hit the nail right in the head. Like these travel agencies you go to, man, it's true. You go to them and say, yeah, well, for all inclusive, you get the flight, the this, the that. Listen, if you was to go to Virgin Airline yourself, you get it cheap, man. You're going to a man who speaks to Virgin that gets you the flight, man. Well, you can go yourself. How do you think he gets paid? Do you think he's hooking you up by the goodness of his heart? He needs to get paid too, man. How does he get paid, man? By charging you extra. That's how he does it, man. Virgin really wants 500 for the flight, man. He said they want 6. He keeps 100. So you think he's finding you the greatest deal because so he got office that is payment for, electric payment for, internet. Because in them offices you got computers in there, and he's doing it because he's a nice guy, man. They're skimming you, man. They're robbing you. Who else robs people, man? Casinos, bookies. You go to the bookies playing the fruit machines, man. You're not gonna win, man. Listen, it's a machine. At least in ancient times, it was like a manual machine that you're pressing, and your amount of force that you'll hit, it could roll on anything. Now it's electronic, man. They can set that to not win. They can literally open the back of it and set it to not win. That could fall on anything, man. Back in the day, your force will make. Remember back in the day, it was like cherry, lemon.
Yeah.
At least back then, it was more fair, man. Not today, man. It's all digital, man. There's no way you're winning, man. All that is fraud, man. And they get the money off poor people, man. Listen, this whole black man, you gotta keep your eyes open, man. This whole world is robbing black people, man. Don't forget TV license. You're a black man and you're out there. You spent big money on the TV, man. Spent big money on the TV. Went in August, bought the 50-inch, man. That ain't enough. That you can't watch it in peace. Your kids can't sit back and watch CBeebies. You know why? Because now you got to pay a license for that TV, man. Pay a license for a TV. Leave that a license for a TV. If that ain't fraud, I don't know what it is, man. So luck, yeah. You know what I mean? And then they come to your house saying, yeah, you owe TV license, man. And nowadays, nobody even watches TV. People have a TV, but on the TV, they watch YouTube, man. You know what I mean? They watch the internet on there, man. No one really watches TV itself, man. They got a Skybox or something for $3 and they still force you to pay TV license, man. But that's against the law. So like it, man.
And what's heavy is you only pay that for only BBC One.
That's right.
Meaning for one such annual, I gotta pay all that money for a channel that no one watches.
That's right.
No one of this generation watches.
But they don't
BBC
tell you that.
One.
You hear TV license and you think, oh, it's for the whole TV. It's not. It's only for BBC 1 and 2, man. So if you got a TV and you're playing video games on it, you don't have to pay. You got a TV license and it's hooked up to your laptop and you watch movies on there, DVDs on there, then you don't have to pay. If you watch channel 3, 4, and 5, you don't have to pay. If you got Sky, you don't have to pay. But they label it TV license. So you think, oh, it's for the TV itself. It's a lot, man. And all that is just fraud, man. All that is fraud, man. I mean, guess what? When you say I'm not paying, guess what they do to you? They leave you alone. No bailiffs come to the house. No handcuffs come out. They leave you alone because they're lying to you, man. All the one big scams, all one big place where everyone can get money. I'm going to tell you something, black man. In the kingdom of heaven, you are going to be free from this, man.
That's right.
You're going to be free from this, man. You're going to pay your tithes, pay taxes, and that is it, man. They ain't going to be no government. They ain't going to be the man on the street trying to pickpocket you. And guess what? They ain't going to be the government trying to pickpocket you also, man. You're going to be free of all these things, man. We're going to get it for you, man. It's lucky, the one.
Which could then be skimmed. I mean, it'll take the tax.
There you go. Skim. That we call it today. Skim it off the top. What's left of the skim off the top, man? Keep reading.
Theft against the state was considered to be particularly heinous and garnered with severe penalties.
So anyone caught doing things like this will go have severe penalties. It don't say what it was, but I'm guessing it weren't nice, man. Still like it, man.
Around the same time, a Greek merchant named Hegestratos, who sailed the Mediterranean.
So another Greek man now. Let's go back to the Greeks again. Everything you see today ain't new. Ain't new, man. When you see people burn down their stores to get the insurance money, when you see people scamming people, man, listen, all this, man. The biggest scammers ever is insurance companies, man. You know, I'm saying how Chris Rock said it, man. You're paying how much amount of money a month for car insurance in case you crash? In case you crash, man. And in that year, you don't crash. So should I get my money back?
That's right.
So basically, what am I paying you for? I'm just giving you money. I'm saying, here you go, take that. Oh, okay, here you go. Next month, take that. And next month, take that. And you're getting rich off my money. I gave you money in case I crashed. I didn't crash, man. Should I get it back? And that's how they cheat the people, man. That's how we're being robbed, man. In the kingdom of heaven, ain't gonna be nothing like this, man. It's like everyone.
No sweat. Named Hegestratos, who sailed the Mediterranean, was caused by his ship's crew trying to sink the vessel.
So this man was caught by his crew. So he's a captain, and his crew say, the crew's like, yo, what for captain over there, man? What's he doing? He was caught by his own crew trying to sink the vessel, man. Trying to sink the. That's another link what to do afterwards, right? Sent by his own crew, trying to sink the boat, man. This is why he was trying to sink that boat. So like, yeah.
In an attempt to defraud a type of shipping insurance called Batamri.
And this is the time of the Greeks, man. This is what zero. Year zero and before, man. 2,000 years ago, when people trying to get insurance scams, man. Insurance scams. Nowadays, you see everybody trying to jump in front of a lorry, trying to slip and fall in the shop on purpose, man. This was happening way before that, man. So lucky, man.
And that's why it's heavy. Like, you know, for anyone who drives for like a job, they always rig the van the lorry with cameras galore, dash cam, rear view cam, side cameras, because they know that people will do it for insurance money.
We see it all the time, man. We watch videos about it and even laugh about it, man. People out there trying to get. You see people out there where a car barely touches them, man. Just touches them and they're lying on the floor, man. All this ain't new, man. All this is ancient, man. People been doing this from the beginning of time, man. So like, yeah.
Shalom, Lord and Christ.
Shalom,
Yahweh Shem Shemekatah.
Just come going into you know them scam artists that tried to get money off people and rob people and cheat people and go into that how that's ancient. How God's against it in the Bible as well, man.
Okay.
If you get the next one as well, the next article or the more on this.
Let me it's up to.
Go on, let me finish it off and then we'll move forward.
Batamri, which let a ship's master use the floating secure eel to haul off the ship itself to back a loan until the ship's voyage was complete.
There you go, man. And this man tried to do some sort of insurance scam. Try to fraud some loan so he can make money, man. And guess what? These are your government officials, man. When people think about fraud, they think about the little black man pickpocketing, man. They think about the little scum on the street, man. When your government's doing the exact same thing as well, man. Doing the exact same thing, man. When God's kingdom comes, black man, you ain't got to sleep with one eye open no more, man.
That's right.
You ain't got to read the fine print no more, man. You ain't got to get no lawyer to read over this dead contract, man. Watch out for these contracts and look out for everyone frauding you, man. You can walk into a car dealership, man. I don't have to worry about if the clock's been tampered with, man. If you're a woman out there, you can walk into a car dealership and ain't got to bring your husband with you, man. You ain't got to test drive nothing, man. So like the other one. Read this one and we get the scriptures.
All right. This is from the Smithsonian Magazine, the ancient history of eating in the Olympics.
So again, today when you got people they throw in a game, they'll throw in a football fight, or they'll they'll go down in the 5th round in boxing. Again, this ain't nothing new, man. Remember, the Italians were known for throwing in fights, man. And guess who the Italians are? The Italians are the same Greeks, man. They're the same Greeks, and they were doing it back then, man. In the Olympics, there was cheating back then, man. In ancient Greece, man. Keep it in.
All right. The punishment for such eating and other briberies in the Olympics of ancient Greece could include fines, public flogging, and statewide bans from competition.
So the for throwing in a game, the punishment was banning people from competition, banning them from playing again, and flogging them. Flogging to beat someone, man. I got an old slave book, and a woman talked about how she got flogged by a slave master, and that means to be beaten. Keep it in.
All right. The news broke last week. Nah, that's not it.
Units for ancient Olympians.
I got it here.
Oh, about didn't have performance enhancers. The next paragraph.
So, judging. Okay. Judging from the writings of the 2nd century AD, travelers named Cineas. However, most eating in the ancient Olympics was related to bribery or foul play.
So again, even the Olympics back then, people get bribed, man. I pay you more if you lose the fight, man. You know what I mean? Or even foul play. You know, we kill your mom if you don't win the fight, man, or even lose the fight, man. The 3rd round. The same mob, the same Italians that tell people to throw a game today were the same ones doing it back then, man.
I found the part you wanted.
Okay.
All right, it's like ancient Olympians didn't have performance-enhancing drugs at their disposal.
So back then they didn't have performance-enhancing drugs, which are banned today. You know, drugs that make you run faster, steroids that make you strong, make your muscles numb, so you can lift heavier. They didn't have that back then, man. So that type of cheating wasn't around back then. But because they weren't around back then, didn't mean they didn't cheat, man. They still cheated, man. Even though they didn't have performance enhancers back then, they still found different ways to cheat. Keep it in.
But according to those who know the era best, if the ancient Greeks could have doped, a number of athletes definitely would have.
And it said performance enhancers wasn't back out then, but if it was, they would have used it, man. The athletes would have used it. Meaning that these Greeks were known for cheating people, man. Known for cheating and bribery and force. So that it wasn't out back then. But if we could dope them, what come from what dope? What's dope mean?
Dopamine.
If we could have drugged them up with these drugs, they would have. Trust me. I was about to explain why they would have, because they were known for cheating people, man. Keep it in.
A number of athletes definitely would have. We only know of a small number of examples of such eating, but it was probably fairly common.
So I'll say now, back then cheating was common, man. The Olympics, the Greeks were known for cheating. All nations were known for cheating, man. We'll see what God said about this cheating, man, about these frauds and scams and robbing people, man. Down to the government is robbing people, man. And God is against that, man. Our government is supposed to be fraud-free, man. It's like, okay, give me Leviticus 19 and 35.
Can't. So like, is it 19 and 35?
Can't.
Oh.
Start from 33 if you could.
Can't. Leviticus 19 verse 33. And if a stranger sojourn with thee in your land, you shall not vex him.
So the Bible says if a stranger comes to your land, don't vex him. And a stranger here is not talking about some white man, man. Not talking about a Chinese man. It's talking about a brother that from another land. If I'm from the land of Benjamin and you're from the land of Judah and you come to my land, you're a stranger, man. What do you tell your children? Don't talk to strangers. Stranger is someone you do not know. You ain't seen before. Not all context is the stranger talking about another nation, man. And if you want to know the context, no problem, man. Come to class, man. We'll let you know the difference between a stranger from another nation and a stranger from a brother from another land. So Jeremy is a traveler, man. a brother from the land of Ephraim, it comes to the land of Benjamin, man. You don't vex him. Don't vex him, man. And that's what we do today. We actually break this law every day, man.
Right.
If you're a brother from the UK and you go to Jamaica to go see your family, them brothers vex you, man. They see you walking, you know what I mean? You're more well off than they are. You got a bit more money than they do, and they vex you, man. They say, yo, look at this English boy, man. This British boy here, man. And they charge you more. You know what I mean? You go to one of their jerk stores, they charge you more, man. They see how you get dressed and everything. He thinks he's better than us, man. The Bible said, don't do that, man. You see a brother come from another land, don't make mockery of his accent, man. Don't mock how he dresses, man. He's from another land. Where he comes from, they do things slightly different, man. You know what I mean? He's gonna braid his hair a bit different, man, from how you do it, man. His accent's gonna be different from yours, man. The Lord says, you see a brother come from another land, sojourning, is passing through. Don't vex him, man. Don't be mad at him, man. I remember in the 90s, man, brothers would rob Jamaicans, man. Brothers would rob Yardies, man. So I can't stand Yardies, man. And brothers, British-born brothers and Jamaican-born brothers was fighting in the drug trade, man. It was at war with each other, man. And the Lord said that's not supposed to happen, man. I know brothers that would say, you know what, I hate Yardies, man. I'm thinking, huh? Your grandparents are Jamaican too. How's that possible, man? But thanks to Christianity, we find any way to hate each other, man. Any way to divide each other. Dark skin, light skin, west side, east side, red rag, blue bandana, green bandana, any way to divide each other. We make sure we divide each other, man. We were the Indian man. Oh, yes, brother, you're cool. His brother comes all the way from India, can't speak English. And you know what? I'll give you a job, you know, brother, because, you know, it's hard out here. No, us though, man. We're different, man. We see a brother from another side of town and we vex him, man. You know, so what you doing around here, man? You know what I mean? What business you got around here? Who do you know from around here, man? And that's what we're not supposed to do, man. Keep reading.
Quran Khan. But verse 34, but the stranger that dwelleth with you shall be unto you as one born among you.
You hear that? You hear that? So when you go to Jamaica, they're meant to see you and go, yeah, Hakayam, man. It's like, you know what? It's like he was born here, man. I treat him like he was born here, man. I'm not going to charge him more because, you know, he got that British pound and that British pound strong, man. I know it's really $50, but I'm going to ask for 60 car. He got it, you know. We're not going to rob him. We're not going to use him. Oh, forget about that. You go to Jamaica, oh, man. Them girls with the British accent. Come on, man. They want to have sex with you, man. Not because they love you, because they want that money, man. They want that money, man. Guess what? That's not supposed to happen, man. You're meant to treat you like one born there, man. So you know what? I'm going to treat him properly, man. I'm not going to try to use him for his money. When he goes back to England, I'm not going to call him. You know about that call, Hakayan? You know that call when one of your cousins call you from back home. You see the plus 1876 number. You think, oh God.
I hold this.
You're like, so I you good. You go to him. So I you good. Boy, not really, you know.
Send me our money.
Boy, not really, you know. Like, oh, here we go. So what's wrong? Well, you know, the storm did blow down my house, and I got no money left, and I guess robbing me, man. Because I'm not one born in the land, man. You see me as some cash cow, man. That's not right. You wouldn't do it to your brothers that you. I'm your cousin, man. I'm your blood. You wouldn't do it to one born in the land, but you do it to me. That ain't right, man. That's not supposed to happen. One time, someone called me from Yardie. I tried. I know for a fact, if you say, everything good, they're gonna say, no, not really, you know. If I say, so I'll go on, they're gonna say, I need some money. So I try my best to swerve it. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm just there, man. I'm trying to say anything but the words. I couldn't, man. I couldn't do it. I might go, yeah, you know, I'm there, man. So what's up with you? Boom. They told me what was up with them. They told me how much money they needed, how they broke their hand and all sorts. Then next year I went out to Jamaica. I'm asking them about the broken hand. They can't even remember, man. They can't even remember. They're supposed to treat me like one born in the land, man. It's like everyone.
And what you're saying is right, man. You know, this was years ago, and at its time, it was a very big thing. It was a family in the UK. They were looking to set up a taxi company in Jamaica, and they were sending money for years. So when he retired and he went to Jamaica, there was no tax company at all. His family spent all the money.
Damn.
And then when he's vexed and had an argument, he dabbed him to like him death. After he spent all the money.
I've heard that. I've heard brothers will work in England and send money back home to build a house. And when they go back, you know, they'll leave the cousin in charge of, you know, all the expenses. And when they come back, the house either don't exist or it's half of what they thought it was, man. and all these things ain't supposed to happen. These things happen in our community, not supposed to happen, man. It's like we done.
Quran Khan, and thou shalt love him as thyself.
And love him as yourself, man. It's a the blood in his veins, the same blood in my veins, man. We're black. All right, fair enough, man. You know, fair enough. It come from a different part of town, man. Fair enough. Accent's different, man. Fair enough. He wears his clothes different from how I wear mine, man. Fair enough. He come from a different country than I do, man. But nonetheless, he's my brother, man. I love him as I love myself, man. And the East Indian man does that. East Indian men hire East Indian men in their news agents off licenses, man. Chinatown got loads of Chinese immigrants in there that can't speak Chinese. And guess who hires them? Chinese people do. The Chinese man don't make fun of them. Don't laugh at them. Chinese man, so you know what? Wang, come, man. Work in my kitchen, man. I pay you a decent wage, man. You wash the plates, man. You sweep the floors, man. And guess what? They're in risk of a £10,000 fine, man. But they'll do it. You know why? Because they love each other, man.
Quran Khan, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt.
And the Lord say we must do this. The reason why we do this is because what? We were strangers in the land of Egypt, man. Now, what is it talking about? Is the Lord saying, well, you were strangers in Egypt to the Egyptians, so you must treat other nations nice? Is that what the Lord's saying? What's the Lord talking about here? The Lord saying you were strangers in Egypt. That's why you should treat your brothers good. What's the Lord talking about here?
Is he not, Salakia? Is he not talking about our brothers that were in Egypt and the brothers that wasn't? I'm not too sure. Not 100% sure.
Almost there, man. Because if you're saying if you're talking about our slavery in Egypt, then that means we must love the Egyptians, then, man. That's not what the Lord's saying, man. I'm gonna tell you how Catch Up Shot broke it down for me. In Egypt, Joseph was in Egypt, man, and Joseph did what? Invited his brothers into Egypt, man. Didn't treat them bad. Didn't treat them bad. Didn't say, well, you know, you sold me. He welcomed him with open arms, man, and got his dad from Egypt also. And what was it, 80 souls or 60? Got his 80 souls, man, and put them in Goshen and kept them nice. And the Lord's saying the same way your brother treated you good in Egypt, you treat a brother from another land good also, man. That's what's going into. Not talking about the Egyptians, because the Egyptians didn't treat us good, man. Last time I checked, they whipped us. Last time I checked, they forced us to build pyramids, man. He's talking about when Joseph invited us into Egypt, man, how he dealt good with us, man. He was a brother who dealt with our brothers well, showed them hospitality, and likewise, we must do the same thing with our brothers, man, from another land, another accent. Keep it in.
Right. Quran Khan, you shall do no unrighteousness in judgment.
And don't do no unrighteousness with that brother, man. What do people think? People think, see, that rule applies to us, not him. He's not from around here, man. See, we don't rob people around here, but him, we can rob, man. If you don't believe me, that's what I experienced. Why would I go Jamaica? Everyone's getting charged what, $500 for a box food, man? Why? Because someone explain why mine is $6. That's unrighteousness in judgment. Why? Because I'm a sojourner, man. I'm not from there, man. I go to a souvenir shop, man. You know what I mean? All the souvenirs are $1,000, man. Because someone explain why mine is $2, man. Because that's unrighteous judgment with a sojourner, a brother from another land, man. And that shouldn't happen. Keep it in.
Quran Khan, in meat yard, in weight, or
and the Lord said, don't deal falsely in meat yard or weight yard, man. Meat yard, that's where you get the word meter from, man. Meat yard is length, and weight yard is weight. So you can't tell a man, you can't lie to a man. A man can't say, listen, give me 2 meters of fabric, man, and you give him 1.5. And your ruler, it's on the ruler, it says 2 meters, but really when you measure it, it's only 1.5, man. You can't do that, man. And same with weight as well. You can't tell a man, yeah, this is a pound of rice, and it's half a pound of rice, man. You can't do that, man. You can't sell a man a car and say, yeah, man, it's 1,000 miles on the clock, but really it's 2,000, man. You can't say to a man, yeah, I'm selling your car, man. It's only had 3 owners. It really had about 10 owners, man. You can't do that, man. That's fraud in the Bible, man. And God is against that, man. It's like the other one.
Regarding a car, well, I didn't know the person directly, but on the car, he could not get rid of the engine light. So what it done was with the wire that showed the engine light, it just ripped it out and sold the car.
Yeah, people do that. Or they, you know, the low type of scammers, man. People do many stuff, man, or reset it. You know what I mean? Or take the bulb out or something, man. Many things, man. or people patch the car in a way that it will work for a bit and then stop working. And when you take it back, they go, I don't know, it broke on your watch, man. Listen, I saw that a month ago. It's working fine when I had it, man. People do stuff like that, man. And that's how the Caucasian man deals, man. That's how the East Indian man deals, man. We ain't supposed to do like that, man. Keep it in.
Khan, verse 36. Just balances, just weights.
And a just balance, a just weight, man. The word just comes from the word justice, man. A fair balance, a fair weight, man. Your scale shouldn't be rigged. You shouldn't have no, what's it called? Double-headed coin, man. You shouldn't have no fake ruler, man. Some fake measurements, man. The Lord said just balance and a just weight, man. That's how black people are supposed to deal with each other, man. That's how righteous we are, man. All the other nations, they're thieves, they're cheats, man. They're 419 scammers, man. They're scam artists, man. The Greeks, scam artists, man, throwing in games and lying. The government, man, rich officials, man. People conning and fine print and all types of contracts that you can't get out of, man. They do that. That's what they do, but that's not us, man. That's not what we do in the Bible, man. We are not thieves, man. We're not robbers, man. We're not liars, man. We're honest people, man. Slack, yeah.
A just ephah and a just hin shall you have.
And a just hin. Hin and the ephah are both measurements of that day. You know what I mean? You can look in your Bible dictionary and find out how much an ephah is, how much is a hin. Today we have kilograms and gallons and kilos, of, you know, milliliters and whatever the case may be. Back then it was a hin and an ephah, man. And Lord, you must have a just ephah and a just hin, man. Back then, how we would measure it, there'll be a bowl and you'll fill the rice in the bowl and say, yep, that's a hin. And some people will make it hollow, man. Make it hollow or make it smaller. It looks like a hin, but really it's smaller, man. Meaning you're getting less rice, giving him more rice to sell, man. And that is abomination in the Bible, man. You can't sell a car and you've tampered with the clock, man. That's an abomination to God, man.
Right.
You can't pull out the electrics, man, to get the service light off, man. That's an abomination to God, man. That's not what we're supposed to do, man. Second, what's the scripture where it goes, this is a wise understanding nation. No sweat. Yeah, carry on.
So like I said, if I could, that's not to. He's talking about in regards to each other, right?
That's right. But
other people we can.
But even that, man. Give me Deuteronomy 4 and 6 real quick.
Come on. Deuteronomy 4, verse 6. Keep therefore and do them.
And this is talking about the commandments, if you read above. And what's some of them commandments? We just read some about a just ephah, a just hin.
Right.
Lord, keep these commandments and do them. Do them. Don't just keep it in your mind. Do them also, man. Don't have a fake balance, a fake hin, and so forth. Keep it in.
Come on. For this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations.
And this is our wisdom. This is what makes us wise. This is what makes us understand. This is what makes us peculiar. This is what makes us the salt of the earth, man. In the sight of the nations, all the other nations will look at black people and go, yo, they're wise, man. They're smart, man. All these laws make us wise. All these laws make the nation look at us and go, they're wise people, man. We don't have civil wars in our country, man. You know why? Because we ain't cheating people, man. Civil wars happen in the country. Why? Because people are being oppressed.
Right.
People look at us and go, how come Israelites, they never have civil wars, man? They never have plagues, man. You know why we don't have plagues? Because we ain't eating bats, man.
Right.
Plagues and coronavirus. We don't have you notice that they'll never get smallpox, man. They're never getting AIDS, man. The nation will look at us and go, that's a wise people, man. They don't ever get AIDS. You know why we don't get AIDS? Because we ain't sexual deviants, man. 2 men don't marry in our nation, man. That's why there's no AIDS. AIDS don't exist in our country, man. Civil wars don't exist in our countries, man. Why? Because we ain't robbing nobody. We ain't defrauding nobody. The government ain't robbing no one of their money, man. There's no uprisings. There's no, what's it called? No rebellions. We don't have the problems that everybody else has, man. Why? Because of these commandments, man. Keep reading.
Khan, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is wise.
And all these nations will look at black people and go, yo, look how they live. Have you noticed the diabetes rate in the black community is 0? 0. Ours is through the roof, man. We got people on insulin and all types of stuff, man. You know why ours is 0? Because we ain't eating pork, man. Heart disease is 0, man. They don't have drug addicts on their streets, man. They don't have bombs on their streets, man.
Right.
Because it's wrong. It's wrong to be a crack addict, man. It's wrong to be a weed addict, man. Therefore, you don't get people on the street, man. You don't get prostitutes selling themselves to get hit a crack, man. We don't have the problems that they have. And they look at us and go, you know what? Surely they are wise and understanding people, man. And that's why we don't rob other nations, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we don't do it, man. Nations look at us and go, you know what? Them Hebrew Israelites, them brothers in the ISUPK, they're good brothers, man. They would never cheat, man. They would never steal, man. They would never have sex with no whores, man. They would never. Look at them, man. Look how upright and outstanding they are, man. That's how we're meant to be, man. Because them brothers, they would never sell drugs, man. But in 2020, what did people say? Oh, them black people don't look after their kids, man. Oh, man, the black people are. Watch out when you're buying something from black people, you know. That black man in the airport, we got to stop and frisk him and see what go on, man. He's the opposite. Nation is look at us and go, look at them black people, man. They would never steal, man. And that's why we don't even fraud heathens, man.
Right.
In the Bible, it says we can charge with interest. And when Christ come back, we're gonna do that, man. Christ's gonna put that back in play, man. But right now, man, have a clean record, man.
Right.
The Bible says if any man also one other one, if any man suffer as an evildoer. It's like keep reading, sorry.
Come on. Surely this nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great who hath God so near to them?
And they'll go, listen, God must be with them. God must be with them. Look at the living, man. All the problems we got, they don't have. Or they don't have poor in their nation. They ain't got prostitutes. They ain't got whores. They ain't got AIDS, man. Listen, God must be with them, man. And we get that by what? Being rightful, upstanding citizens, man.
Right.
But not being thieves and robbers, man.
Right. Come on. As the Lord our God is in all things that we call upon him for. And what nation is there so great that have statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law which I set before you this day?
There you go. And what nation got rules like these, man? What nation did the Chinese have rules like these? No, they don't, man. The Chinese eating cat, rat, dove, shrimp, anything, man. They got rules like these. And what nation got rules like ours, man? People laugh at the Bible and say the Bible's old-fashioned, it's downplayed, it's a thing of the past, man. But this Bible is what we need, man.
That's right.
The same people that laugh at the Bible and said it was old and it's in the past. But what they say, you can't fix modern problems with traditional ways, man. But guess what? Now there's something called COVID-19, man. And COVID-19 would have never happened if people followed these old rules, man. If people weren't eating bats like the Bible says so, man. People say that Bible's old and oh God, them rules are just in the past, man. When the Bible goes, these are some good rules, man. The nation will look at us how we're living and say, yo, these are some good rules. And guess what? These are good rules, man.
Right.
The people who following the rules in this Bible, guess what? There will be no such thing as AIDS, man. Black crime wouldn't exist, man.
That's right.
Wouldn't exist, man. People getting robbed and frauded wouldn't exist, man. Your government are frauds, man. People think that the roadman's a fraud, when your government's a fraud, man. Record companies are frauds, man. All these jobs, your boss have you working for minimum wage. Meanwhile, he's making millions, man. Can you imagine you work for an organization like McDonald's or something, man? In one day, they take home over 100 grand and charge you £3 an hour, man. £6 an hour, man. £7 an hour, man. They got enough money to give all the employees £1,000 a day, man. £1,000 a day, man. But they're robbing you, man. And all these things wouldn't happen if people would be unjust in the Bible, man. Would be unjust.
That's right.
Lucky the one.
This is First Eaters 4:15. No, verse 14. If ye be reproached for the name of Yahushua, happy are ye.
So the Bible goes, if you're reproached, meaning hated for Yahushua, that's a good thing, man. Meaning, if men are gonna hate you, let them hate you because you follow Yahushua.
Right.
If men are gonna hate you, let them hate you because you don't eat pork, man.
Right.
If men are gonna hate you, make them hate you because you don't celebrate Christmas, man. Keep reading.
For the spirit of glory and the Most High resteth upon you.
And so, you follow the Most High, man. His vibe is upon you. Let them hate you because the vibe of God is upon you, man.
Right.
Let them hate you because you wear fringes and you don't have sex with whores, man. And you don't have
Mhm.
sex with men's women, man. You don't have sex
Right.
with children. You're not no child molester, man. Have you done?
On their part, he is evil, spoken of.
And on their part, I'm evil. To them, I'm not evil because I'm breaking the laws of God. I'm
Right.
evil to them. I'm evil on their part, man. And who cares what they think, man? Keep it in.
But on your part, he is glorified.
But on my part, I'm glorious, man. I'm following the Lord, man. I'm following the Lord, man. You can say what you want. You can say I'm strange, I'm weird. I don't come to the Christmas events no more. I don't come to Easter parties. I'm crazy. I'm this, I'm that. I'm evil. I'm in a cult, man. That's fine,
Right.
man. I know I follow the Most High, man. That's all that matters, man. Keep it in.
Verse 15. But let none of you offer as a murderer.
But it said, but let none of you suffer as a murderer, man. If any man hate you, reproach you, let them hate you because you follow God. Don't let them
Right.
hate you. Don't let them hate you because you're some murderer, man.
Right.
Don't let them hate you because you're some thief or some 419 or some fraud, some man who has sex with people's children and little kids and little boys or whatever, man. Some
Right.
nonsense. Let them hate you because you follow God, man. So that answers your question. Let people hate you because you follow God. Don't let them hate you because you're some scam artist, man.
Right.
Don't let people talk about you because you can't be honest. You're dishonest and bad for business and you're just a scam artist, man. Nah, man.
Right.
Don't let people hate you for that, man. It's like one.
Or as a thief.
Or as a thief, don't let men hate you because you're a thief. Oh God, we can't trust our money around him.
Right.
I can't buy a car off him. I can't even buy a TV off him. Everything, the Lord said don't do that, man. You know what I mean? And this is what going back from crisis times, man. Before the scams, before the whole bricking it in a VCR cover, man. Before the whole people selling your broken TV off the back of a lorry, man. All them scammers, man. The Lord said let no man hate you because of them things there, man. It's like I can. You want to say something?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, Slaki, so there was a scripture that came to my mind. The scripture was they think it's strange that you don't indulge in the things that they indulge in. I don't know if that's a precept for that, but it just came to my mind. So could you
Here's my-
confirm?
I think Jeremiah 10 and Jeremiah 10 is talking about learn not the way of the heathen. That's the one close I know to that. But yeah, that's correct, man. The things they do, we don't do, man. They're thieves and scammers, man. The kingdom of heaven. How can the kingdom of heaven? Yeah, listen. Imagine this. The kingdom of heaven, the price something is, that's gonna be the price, man. If someone said this is a pound of rice, it's gonna be a pound of rice, man.
Right.
In the kingdom of heaven, there ain't gonna be no light. No one's gonna knock on your door saying that you must pay TV license, man. Who needs a license for a TV? No one's gonna knock on your door, scamming you, talking about, you drove in a congestion charge, man. You know, when you got a diesel car in it, because it's lying and scamming people, man. There's gonna be nothing like that, man. You know who scams us the most? The government, man. You know who scams us the most? The churches, man. And that won't be there. The leaders are gonna be clean, man.
Right.
It's gonna be scam free, man.
Right.
You ain't gotta worry about no one saying, yeah, man, join British Gas, man. Join our gas company, man. And come to find out they're taking your money, man. You know what I mean? You're paying what you're paying for, you're getting less, man. It's gonna be nothing like that, man. Your woman ain't got to carry you to the car dealership no more because she's a woman and people take liberties with women, man. When a man offers you a job, it's gonna be a fair wage, man.
Right.
You're not gonna be doing 10 man's work for minimum wage, man.
Right.
For £3.60 or £5. Meanwhile, you're working your ass off in the hour, man. Nothing like that, man. Slap, you drop that. Someone give me Proverbs 20 and 23.
Proverbs 20 and 23. Karawan Khan. Proverbs 20, verse 23. Divers weights are an abomination unto the Lord.
Diverse weights, I mean, different weights is an abomination to the Most High, man. Diverse weights, different weights, meaning if you're dealing in kilograms, just deal in kilograms, man. If you're dealing in meters, just deal in meters, man. Don't be confusing people. Got meters here, grams here, ounces there, man. The Lord said that's an abomination, man. And everyone knows it's wrong. That's why drug dealers go crazy when you try to cheat them, man. That's why people go crazy when what it called? Step-down cocaine. When people water it down, man.
Stamp it.
Even down to the petrol you got today, man, is watered down, man. And the Lord's against that, man. The Lord says diverse weights is an abomination, man.
Right.
You tell me this is Karafa, this is a pound full of a pound of rice, man, a pound of flour. It better be, man. The Bible says it's a sin to do such thing, man. Read that again.
Karawan Khan. Divers' weights are an abomination unto the Lord.
And cheating
And-
people is an abomination to the Lord, man. If you're some pub selling people watered down liquor, that's an abomination to God, man.
Right.
It's a sin to God, man. If you're somebody you got a petrol station, you're watering down your petrol and gasoline, that's an abomination to God, man. If you're somebody who's putting the numbers back on the clock of your car, that's an abomination to God, man. If you got a car, what you supposed to do? If you got a car, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and it got loads of miles on it, and you want to sell it, what do you do?
You sell it as it is.
No, but what do you do to the person, man? What do you tell the person?
You tell the person this sold the scene, or this is how you buy it. What it is.
And when that miles is high, what happens to that price? That price drops, man.
That's right.
That's how it is, man. Don't lie to that person and say, nah, it's in good condition, man. See, it's worth 10 grand. It's not 10 grand, man. You sell it for 5, man. You sell it for 5, man.
Mm-hmm.
Why should that man suffer because your car's old? Why should that man suffer because your car's running to the ground, man? You deserve 5 grand for it. That's what you deserve for it, man. You ran it into the ground, man. You drove it up and down England, man. He didn't do that. So you enjoyed the car, ran it to the ground. I must suffer for it. I must suffer. You drove it, not me. And I was paid for a car that ain't worth the wheels it's on. Nah,
Right.
man. That's not how we do, man. That's not how we do. In the Bible, it's about being selfless, man, not selfish, man.
Right.
Christianity taught black people to be selfish. Think about me, man. You ran the car into the ground. You had a good time in it, man. And you want money as well. You want big money for it as well, man. That's a Christian church right there, man. Taught
Right.
black men to be selfish. Read on.
Karawan Khan. And a false balance is not good.
And a false balance ain't good, man. Lying to people saying, yeah, I got DVD. Remember them DVD scams right there?
Mm.
I got a new DVD come out, man. And you take it home, it's just fuzzy, man. You take it home, it's not the DVD. You know? Spider-Man just landed, just premiered, man. You know what I mean? You can't, some people don't want to go to cinema, watch it out, and they run home thinking they got a deal, run home to their wife. Yo, listen, I got a new Spider-Man. Chinese man sold me, man. He's old Chinese man back in the day, man. Chinese man sold me. When you put it in now, it don't even work, man. Be a fuzz, man. And before that, it was a VCR, the tape cassette, man. A man will get you some blank tape in the cover, and you run home thinking you got it, man. And when you look, be a fuzz, man. Loads of fuzz, man. And that's all that is abomination to God, man. We can't do it in the Bible, man. And that's why I can't wait for the kingdom, man. All these things are gonna be free, man. Listen, as a black man, you live your whole life with one eye open, man.
Mm-hmm.
You go to a house viewing, you go to a car. It's too stressful, man. And I can't wait for the day when I'm gonna feel safe around brothers, man. I'm gonna buy it only from black people. Today, you kind of worry around black people. Like, you gotta be careful, he's black, But the day's coming, black man, when you're gonna feel safe around a black man. You're gonna say what? How can I gonna say Crawford? Someone in the car. I'm gonna say, yo, what color is he? Black. Oh, thank God for that, man. All right, come then, let's go check him, man. You know what I mean? How can I gonna say, someone in the car and say, who? What color is he? Indian man. Go, ooh, I don't know about him Indian man,
Right.
White man, ooh, I don't know,
God damn.
The man are kind of funny. You sure you got a black man sending one?
Mm.
No. You know what? I think I'm a pass, I only really do business with black people, You know why? Because black people, I can trust them. I can trust them more. That's coming, man. And me talking about it now sounds so crazy. Sounds so crazy. But guess what, man? That's the day that's coming, man. The day's coming. Black men are gonna be the only people that's trustworthy, man.
Right.
Yeah, I was saying, back in the day with like the DVDs, you mean with the Chinese, they were known for it, man. Like, you'll be on the street, a Chinese man have a bag and it's full of like DVDs, like, and it's like the copy is good copy, and nah, you know what I mean? You take it home and you can't even watch half of it.
Bare fuzz. Remember tracking? You remember tracking back in the day? You gotta use tracking on the VCR to get the fuzz out. Also, some dark copy, man. Man talking about, yeah, good copy, man. Quality, man. Pure darkness, man. And the voice is blurry, man. The audios is blurry, man. You can't do that, man. It's like
what about the guys that used to sell the watches? Did you ever meet them ones?
Nah, I had jewelry ones though. A guy years back, man, about jewelry. Like, yo, I work in jewelry quarter. Anyone don't know jewelry quarter is a place in Brum where they sell jewelry. And I was had his security clothes on. He got work there, security. And when they're looking at you, grab some jewelry, man. Look, it's official, man. You pull the knife out, start scraping it. Look, no scratches. Come on, man. I sell it for cheap, man. So that's quite cool. How much you want it for? Like 50 or something like that. Look, really, this should be more, man. Give it a week or so, it went dull. You know what I mean? And that was terrible. These brothers driving around looking for black people sell it to you, man.
Right, they do.
Own brothers, man. But they no sweat, man. You know what I mean? A lot of brothers same way, man. It's a brother, the Bible goes, forgive a brother 70 times 7. And it's mine that's in the past, man. But in the kingdom, that won't happen, man. In the kingdom, if a brother pulls upon you talking about selling jewelry for cheap, trust me, that's jewelry he's selling for cheap, man. That's real jewelry he's selling for cheap, man. Ain't no fraud. It's like what's the one about the watches?
No, it's just the same kind of thing. They used to just park up, drive up to you and say, they look at you and say, yeah, you look like a decent guy, working guy and this, that, and the other. And then they'll just say, yeah, look, I've got some watches here. Let me have a look here, some Rolexes and whatnot. And then you just look at it. If you don't know, you're going to get caught. But sometimes with the Rolexes, they sweep. Yeah, so if I put across it here and listen, make sure if it tick, listen, bro, you're giving me a fake thing. You know what I mean? If I send him on his way, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's an example of diver's weight, you know what I mean?
And the wicked thing is, you ain't got to lie to nobody. In 2020, you can tell him, man, it's a fake Rolex. And man will buy it for you. Tell him. The Chinese sell fake Gucci and they tell you it's fake. And they sell Gucci that's meant to be for £500 for 20. And is that wrong? It's not wrong at all. You know why? Because they told you, man.
They told you.
This is fake Gucci. You know what I mean? It's at your discretion. You want to walk around with a fake Gucci, it's up to you. Now, if you want to walk around like it's real and get laughed at by your mates, then that's up to you. But I'm telling you right now, it's fake. And that's why it's so cheap. And people buy it off them. When you see a man ordering Gucci bags selling it for cheap, you know it's fake. And people buy them. When you lying to a man and say, this is a real Rolex, man. It's real, man. That's what the problem is, man. You see, the Chinese man will sell fake Gucci. But some people don't want to sell it fake. They want that big money, man. So
big money.
It's real, man. And that's wrong in the Bible, man. Making it ain't a problem. Selling it ain't a problem, man. When you lie to a man and deceive him and say, nah, man, it's the real deal, man. Likewise with that car, man.
Right.
Ain't nothing wrong with the mileage being high. Some people drive the car to the moon and back, man. But you got to tell a brother, man, that's the problem right there, man. You got to make sure that brother knows, man. So I give you, do try to be 25 and 13.
Cut one card. Deuteronomy 25. Salakia, where is it? 25 verse
13.
13. Thou shalt not have in thy bag divers weights, a great and a small.
There you go. So in the book of Proverbs, is King Solomon talking, giving wise words. And King Solomon said, diverse weights is an abomination. And where did King Solomon get that from? Right here, man. The book of Deuteronomy is the law. King Solomon wasn't saying his own words. King Solomon wasn't saying, diverse weights an abomination because I think so. He's saying it because the law says so right here. And this is where Solomon got it from. When Solomon wrote that, Solomon was reading this chapter right here. When Solomon said that, he read this right here, man. Verbatim, word for word, man. Read it again.
Karawakan. Deuteronomy 25, verse 13. Thou shalt not have in thy bag divers weights, a small, Salakia, a great and a small.
Great or small, big or small, man. I mean, you can't even cut a man out of a small thing, man. Not even a gram, not even a grain, man. The Bible goes, you can't do that. And that's where Solomon got it from. That's why Solomon said it's an abomination, because he got it from here, man. That's where he got it from. Likewise, everything I say comes from here. Everything I say, I read from this Bible, man. But I say it's wicked to be a sexual deviant because I read it, man. Likewise, Solomon said it's disgusting, it's an abomination. And the reason why he said that, because the Bible said so, man.
Right.
That's where he got it from, man. Keep it in.
Karawan. Thou shalt not have in thy house divers measures, a great and a small.
And guess what? It was so wicked. It was so wicked to con people. The Lord said, don't even have them in your house, man. Don't even have it in your house. Listen, in the Bible, it was wrong for a man to cheat a man and mix fabric together. So guess what? In the law, we couldn't even make it. We couldn't even make it. It was that bad law. So you know what? Don't even make mixed garments, man. And it's wrong for a man to cheat people and mix up the scales. So it's wrong to even have it in your house. It's wrong to even have it in possession. Keep it in.
Khan. But thou shalt have a perfect and just weight.
You used to have a just weight, man. Today now, what will be a weight today, man? Nowadays the scales are digital now, man. The digital, man. Don't go in the back of it and rig the wires and all that garbage that's there, man. Make it real, man. Make it right, man. Someone wants to work for you. Make the contract fair, man. Don't have no fine print, man. That's what these devils do, man. Devils are the biggest thieves on the face of the earth, man. The biggest con artists, biggest robbers, man. You sign a contract with them, I feel sorry for you, man. You signed your life away. You think you're free. The devil will pull out the magnifying glass and show you the fine print, man.
Right.
Show you them dodgy terms and conditions, man. That's him dealing falsely with you, man. They come to you all nice. Yeah, you work for us. You use nice words like you get commission and 20% and this and that and this. And come to find out it's robbing you, man. You're getting all your money, man. All your money that you work for, man. All of them, biggest fees, biggest scam artists, man.
Okay.
And that's what's scary about it. Because in the end, you got to watch out for scam artists, man. And guess what? When you go into the corporate world, you know, watch out for scam artists too, man. Then the government is trying to scam you too, man. The auto and the robbing, man. And that's why living in this place is hell, man. That's what the Bible said. What? In the curses, what did God say, man? You know, scared you're going to be within and scared you're going to be without, man. Meaning when you're in your house, you're scared. When you're in your community, you're scared. When you're around your brothers, you're scared. And when you're outside, you're scared also, man. I know brothers personally that was in the drug game, man. Watching over their shoulder, man. And they took that drug money and said, you know what? I'm going to go legit with this, man. Only just to get robbed by the people who were legit also, man. The brother went out there. The brother went out there and got himself a tattoo shop, man. And come to find out that wasn't really in his name. He didn't really own the building. The landlord that he was renting from. All these kind of technicalities, man. And the brother ended up with nothing. Everyone's out to get you, man. That's the world we're living in. But the king that's coming, none of that's gonna take place, man.
Right. Good one, Khan. And the just weight, a perfect and just measure shalt thou have.
There you go, man. You need fair terms and conditions, man. You know what I mean? Fair payment, man. A just measure, man. That's what we're supposed to do. Do it rightfully, man. It's like the other one.
And what you're saying is heavy because if you look at all these big businesses right now, how did they get so rich? They got so rich from robbing everybody.
That's
Nike,
right.
Adidas, Gucci, Fendi, Microsoft, all of these companies that we see and they're big. It's a very dangerous game, man. If they're on top, imagine all the people they've scammed, man. Imagine the people they've robbed, and that's why they're in that position.
Like what you said, the other one. Did anyone know Nike makes poor Chinese people working at Sweatbox, man, for 15 pence an hour, man? I heard it. The shoes that you got on your feet cost 20 pence, man. And they sell it to you for 100, man, 150, 200, depending on what it may be, man. That's a scam right there, man. Scam right there. The money that you pay for a pair of Nike trainers, it goes to a Chinese person working a Sweatbox. They get 19 pence out of that, man. 19 pence, man. That's a scam. And you think only black people are scam artists. You think only black people are disgusting and thieves, man. When these big corporations, they're all thieves, man. They're all robbers, man. All of them are, man. So give me Leviticus 19 and 11.
Kadawan Khan. Leviticus 19, verse 11. You shall not steal, neither deal falsely, neither lie one to another.
There you go, man. Like I said earlier, man. Brothers in particular, man, meant to not lie to each other, man, not deal falsely with each other, man. I'm meant to feel safe around you more than some Edomite, man.
That's right.
I don't really do with black people, because you know what I mean. I prefer to do with Edomites, man. Nah, man. That day's coming to an end, man. You watch, man. The day's coming where we're only gonna deal with each other, man. Only gonna deal with each other, man. Trust me, we're only gonna start buying cars off black people. You know why? Because black people are the only people trustworthy, man. We're only gonna do trade with black people. You know why? Because black people are the only people trustworthy, man. A black people's gonna be like, Chinese. It's a good deal, you know, but you know you can't trust them. You know you can't trust them. Watch. You say, you sure you got no black friends? Nah. Oh no, you know, I don't really deal with some race, you know. No, I can't do it. No, it's okay. It's okay. I'll wait. You know what I mean? I got a black trader that I usually deal with. I'm gonna go with him, man.
Right.
That's what's man. That's what happens. Nowadays, sometimes you go to a black food shop, man. The man's giving you some marga chicken and that, man. That's dealing falsely, man. You know, come on, man. You give me the big chicken, man. It's luck, yeah. I was in a food shop with Hakiyan one time, man. The man tried it, man. He must didn't know who he was dealing with, man. I was like, nah, boss, man, nah, man. Come on, man. Stop being so stingy with the mutton, man.
Yeah.
Went back in the pot, gave him 2 more spoonfuls, man. That's what happened, man. I pay for a decent meal, man. Give me, man.
Right. It's like,
Go on.
It's like sometimes they like to pile your box up with rice.
Yeah.
Give some little meat on the top. And try to send you off with it. You know what I mean?
Okay, you know anything about the ratio rule?
Nah.
The ratio rule is when you have like rice and meat, there meant to be enough meat to go with the rice. You feel me?
That's right.
But the way some of these brothers scam me now, yeah, you got no meat and one bag of rice, man. You're thinking, yo, I'm eating rice alone. You think, yo, at first you're doing fine, you're mixing it well, and you think, hold on, it's got bare rice, man. What's going on, man? And these man just violate the ratio rule, man. You have to just mix proper, man. You know what I mean? They try it. And I'm not sure about London, but chip shops do that as well, man. They'll put some skinny chicken, but they put it at the bottom of the box and then pile bare chips on top, man. So by the time you go home and take the box upside down, man, you've been duped, man. So give me John 2 and 5.
Come.
So what Jesus Christ thought about this, man?
John 2, verse 5. Salaki, I don't think this is the one, you know. Is it 1 John you wanted?
No, sorry, 15, Salakia.
Oh, Salakia, sorry. 15, verse 2.
Give me verse. Start from verse. Yeah, give me verse 13. Start from verse 13.
Khan. 15. St. John chapter 15, verse 13.
Right, no, St. John. We're not in St. John. Sorry, you became say St. John. It's John 2 and 13. 2 and 13.
That's lucky, man. Sorry.
No, take your time.
2 and 13. 2 so John 2 verse 13. And the Jews' Passover was at hand, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem.
So the Passover came at hand means close. Old English, at hand, like it's something at hand or at arm's reach. It means close. So the Passover was close, and Christ went to Jerusalem. Why? Because the law says that everybody must celebrate the Passover in Jerusalem. So Christ went there. Keep reading.
Khan, and found in the temple those that sold oxen and sheep and doves and the changes of money sitting.
So Christ went to the temple and he saw people in the temple selling, ox and doves and so forth. You read in the Bible, all these things are for sacrifices. A dove will be a sacrifice. Ox will be a sacrifice. Sheep will be a sacrifice. And these people in the temple, and they're supposed to be there because you come from a far land, you're going to want a sacrifice. So you'll buy a sacrifice of them to give to the priest. You can't, it's sometimes too far to walk with these things on you. And also in the temple was money changers, meaning a man that would change the currency. Like for instance, a pound is stronger than the dollar. So when you go to exchange your currency, you should get more. You wouldn't exchange a pound for a dollar. You should a pound for $1.50. That's right. The correct measurement. That's a money changer, a man that exchanges currency. So your brother coming from Greece, you live in Greece, and you want to exchange your currency into Judean money. It needs to be fair. You can't be holding back the money and skimming it off the top like what politicians do, man.
Right.
You're lying to people, man. Boris Johnson will get a budget to give for school books for 2 billion and just give like 2 million and then keep the rest for himself, man. Get a budget for the health service to of 3 billion and he'll give a little bit of it, man. And skim it off the top, man. You ever heard about the ventilators? How they didn't have enough for COVID-19. Ventilators is what forces oxygen into your lungs. And for COVID-19, they didn't have enough ventilators. And they're wondering why? Why don't we have enough ventilators, man? Why do you think there weren't enough ventilators, man? Because they took the money for themselves, man.
Right.
They thought COVID-19 wouldn't be so big in the country. They thought we don't need that much, man. And they spent it, man. And as usual, they come on TV and they give some lie about what happened. And what happened was, we didn't prepare, we didn't buy it yet. Some garbage. We know what happened, man. They took the money, man. As I said, they're the biggest cheats, man.
That's right.
Man. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So Christ went to the temple and saw people buying oxen and sheep and money changers in there. Keep reading.
Come. Verse 15. And when he had made a scourge of small cords, he drove them out of the temple. So
Christ made a scourge. A scourge is a whip. He got cords like what a cord is today. Well, back then a cord was like leather. A cord today is like Like even today, what extension cord is made out of leather, man. Over the wire is leather on it. There's a cord right here. It's made out of leather, man. And if you get beat with one of these cords, it hurts, man. And Christ got 3 cords and plaited them, sat down and made himself a cord, man. All them Christians that lie and say, no, Christ flipped out, man. No, but Christ knew what he was doing, man. Christ sat down and made himself a whip, man, and drove him outside the temple. I'm going to find out why Christ did this, man. Keep reading.
Salakia, sir, if I may, that sound just like a black man.
Yeah,
you know?
like, I could imagine him. I could imagine talking to himself.
Yeah.
You know, black man go, watch, you see? Watch it.
Yeah. Why did...
Yeah, watch. You watch.
Right.
Okay, watch. It soon come. Don't worry about this, man. All right, okay. All right, then, all right. You know, black men talkers and make it, man. Sat down and made something called, like, okay. Man, you know, man are vexed. They go, okay, you're going to play me like this. All right, then, all right. See, we'll soon see. Christ sat down and made himself a weapon, man, and drove him outside the temple, man. What went in there is like whipping up people, boom, licking them left, right, and center, man. Everyone ran out, man. One man drove a whole crowd of people out of the temple, man. Meaning what? Christ was going on wicked, man.
That's right.
By one man drove everybody out of the temple, man. And Christ was going on ruthless, man. Keep it in.
Quran Khan. He drove them out of the temple and the sheep.
And sheep. And even the animals. Christ, you know when you're vexed, you don't want to see nobody. You don't want to see the sheep. No, like, listen, I want everything out to this, man.
Everything.
I don't want to see no one in here, not even the sheep on the sea in here. Drove them out, we done?
And the ox. And poured out the changes money and overthrew the tables.
That's, you know, Christ a bad man, you know. So
that's how you mean.
The one rule that you know growing up in the ghetto, Christ grew up in the ghetto, man. Christ grew up in the ghetto. The one thing you know about black people in the ghetto, you don't touch their money, man. You don't touch their money. Guess what? Christ was so gangster, he threw their money out, man. That's how bad he was, man. That's the one thing you don't touch. That's a black man's money. Look how much people are dead for playing with a black man's money. Look how much people are dead in the grave right now for playing with a black man's money, man. Look how much drug dealers got killed for playing with a black man's money. Look how much people are dead for owing drug dealers money, man, or owing people £5, man. Why do people say, nah, it's a principle that matters, man? I don't care if it's a pound. I don't care if it's a pound. You mess with my money, yeah. I'm gonna show you what the deal is, man.
That's right.
I don't play with my money, man. And guess what? Christ didn't F your money, man. Christ didn't care. The things we scared of today, we scared of drug dealers and their money. Christ didn't care about that, man. Christ turned over their money, poured their money out onto the floor, man. That's how hardcore Christ was, man.
Right. Christ
wasn't like your pastor. Your pastor's scared to talk about drug dealers, scared to go toe-to-toe with drug dealers. You know why? Because, you know, drug dealers might come and harm me, man. They might harm me. Christ went and poured the money over, man. Black people's hard-earned money, poured it over. Didn't give a damn about money, man. Didn't give a damn about the consequences and repercussions, man. That's how hard, man.
Slack, sir. And then they want to put the image of a white God, a white Jesus going in the temples, and this is no description. This is no description of a white man. This is a Negro.
White man would have took some of that money, man. Would have been bribed. Your pastor, this ain't your pastor. Your pastor said, Christ is turning over the money of fees, man. Christ, I don't want this money, man. What does your pastor do? Your pastor takes drug dealers' money, man. Drug money is why your pastor got the new roof, man, and the new car. Your pastor says shit like, well, you know, I can't stop him from doing this, so you might as well donate it to God, man. You know, I know drug dealers that pay tithes, man, to their church, man. Why? Because your pastor accepts it, man. That's not Christ-like, man. That's like the Christ of the Bible wouldn't take that money, man. The Christ
that's right.
Turn that money over, man. Scared of no drug dealers, man.
Right.
We go toe-to-toe with drug dealers, man. We cost drug dealers at the ISUPK. We cost drug dealers money because we turn their best customer to a man of God, man.
That's right.
Pastor ain't willing to do that, man. He willing to step on our drug dealers' toes. We are. We ain't scared of how much you love money, man.
Right.
We love God more than how you love your money, man. And we do anything God tells us to do, even if it means costing you money, man. So luck ya. We done.
Verse 16, and said unto them that sold doves, take these things hence, make not my father's house a house of merchandise.
Christ said, take these things out here, man. Don't make my father's house a house of merchandise. And Christians read this and think, oh, they were sinning because they were selling it in the church. They were selling it in the temple. That's not why they were sinning, man. We're gonna find out what type of merchandise they was making. We know in the temple you're supposed to sell oxen and so forth, man. But this is why Christ was angry, man. We're gonna get the same story again, but in Matthew, where Christ goes a bit more in depth. Give me Matthew 21 and 13.
Come on, come. Matthew 21, verse 13. And said unto them, it is written, my house shall be called the house of prayer.
This is the same thing. Christ drove them at the temple, beat them, and this is what Christ said now. We done? It's like Christ said, this house should be a house of prayer, man, where people come to serve the Lord, man. How is it a man can't even come to serve the Lord no more, man? Keep it in.
Come on. But you have made it a den of thieves.
Or you have made it a den of thieves, man. That's the merchandise they was making, man. They were robbing people, man. Cheating people, man. That's what it meant by don't make merchandise in this house. He meant the wrong type of merchandise, man. Unlawful merchandise, man. So you made my father's house a den of thieves, man.
Right.
How a man come to serve God, and in 2020, you can't even serve God no more without being preyed upon, man. You can't even serve God no more without being robbed, man. Once upon a time, only drug dealers you had to look out for, and now you got to look out for the government, man. Now you got to look out for government officials and politicians. And guess what? Now you got to even watch out for the house of God, man. Now you got to watch out for TD Jakes and Creflo Dollar. They want your money too, man. They're saying pay a certain amount of money and we'll pray for you, man. They got all these Christian books in the bookstore. Yeah, buy it. TD Jakes, How to Live Your Life, The Secrets of Life, The Secrets of God, man. They're making God's house a place of merchandise, man, robbing people, man. When TD Jakes don't know the first thing about how to get a good life, man. Don't know the first thing of how to fix people. Meanwhile, he's selling books on how to fix people, man.
Right.
So a priest is allowed to get things, man. The priest is allowed to make money, man, but he's not allowed to make the wrong money, man. That's what the Bible talks about, man. A man that don't do the work of the Lord does not deserve the things of the Lord, man.
Right.
You see, the man that deserves tithes is a man that does the work of the Lord. Now, if your pastor ain't doing the work of the Lord, he don't deserve tithes, man.
Right.
He don't, man. And the Bible speaks about men like that also, man. The priests that don't do it don't deserve it. And guess what? Your pastor don't deserve it, man. Your imam don't deserve it, man. They're running up and down making people celebrate Christmas. They don't deserve no money, man. The men that get people off drugs, they deserve it, man. They deserve all the donations, all the food that you got to give, all the fabric, all the love, all the donations. They deserve it all, man. Because they're the brothers out there doing the work, man.
That's right. Come on. Verse 14. And bind them, and lame came to him in the temples, and he healed them.
So, okay, read that again. Is it 21, 13, yeah?
21 verse 15 now.
Where we at? Once again?
That was verse 14, sir.
All right, read verse 14.
Come on. And the blind and the lame came to him.
And the blind people and the lame, someone that can't walk properly came to Christ, man. I'm going to show you that Christ actually did the work. The work that your pastor was supposed to be doing, Christ did it, man. Your pastor weren't healing nobody, weren't helping nobody, but meanwhile, they want all the money, man. They want all the tithes and all the offerings and all the donations. Meanwhile, they ain't doing the work, man. And Christ did the work, man. His apostles had a treasury, which is a pocket, what's it called? Like a chest full of money. And they earned it, they deserved it, man. You know why? Because they don't work. How else are they supposed to feed themselves, man? This is their job. And likewise, you should want to pay them, man. You should want to give offerings and donations, man. Your pastor needs to go out there and get a job, man.
That's right.
Your pastor don't deserve a penny from anybody, man. Any money your pastor gets, he needs to work for that, man. Keep it in.
Come. And he healed them. And when the chief of priests and scribes saw the wonderful things that he did, and the children crying in the temple and saying, Hosanna to the Son of David, they were sore displeased.
Nah, look at that, man. Look at that, man. Look at that, man. The government officials, the black people that was in charge, man, saw Christ doing the job that they were supposed to be doing, man, and they were displeased. They saw the ISUPK casting out demons, man, getting brothers of crack, man. They're like, who do them brothers think they are, man? I've been in church all my life, but he ain't no man of God, man. Who did he think he is, man? And that's what we were in the street corners, man, and we ain't telling no one to rape anybody. We ain't telling no one to molest anybody. We're telling black people to get off drugs, man. And here comes your pastor, man. Here comes the old black lady with the Bible, man, and she's so displeased. You would think we're telling black people to sell drugs. And I wondered to myself, I go, where was his energy when brothers were selling crack, man?
Right.
The brothers been selling crack. The brothers been selling crack as long as this woman been going to church. and she's never give them an earful. She never give them no earache. And I'm saying don't start cracking. All of a sudden she got all this energy. Oh, you Nicole, all up in the camera screaming. You know, if you watch YouTube, you see them on our camp videos, man. And that was the scribes and Pharisees, the people that were supposed to know God, man. Ain't doing nothing for the people. The scribes and Pharisees were robbing the people, weren't doing nothing for the people, man. And as soon as someone pops up that's doing something, now you got something to say. Now you want to be displeased. Christ is doing what you should have been doing, man. And you got the nerve to be upset. I'm doing what your pastor was supposed to be doing, man. And now he got the nerve to come on the street corners and argue with me. Got the nerve to flag my videos. Got the nerve to message me saying, yeah, you're breaking on the Bible wrong, man. Where was you when brothers were on crack, man?
Right.
You've been doing this longer than I have, man. You ain't help nobody, man. All of a sudden, you got something to say, man. I've never seen you have a YouTube channel, man. I've never seen you grind as much as we grind in the UPK, man. I've never seen you on 4 different platforms, man, trying to help people. But I've seen you getting when brothers are on crack. Where was you? I know where you were. You was getting rich, man. You was getting paid. You was comfortable in your church on Sunday with the heating on. You were on them street corners when it's cold. You were on the street corners when it's hot, man. But now I come out here, you're displeased, man. And likewise, Christ did the same thing. And all these people that were supposed to love black people, help them out, the scribes, Pharisees, Essenes, now they want to be displeased, man. Now they're upset, man, jealous, man. Keep reading.
Khan. Verse 16. And said unto him, hearest thou what these say? And Yahushua saith unto them, yea, have you never read? Out of the mouth of babes and sucklings thou hast perfected praise.
There you go, man. And they said to Christ, have you heard what these people are saying? Because the people say, you know, praise Christ, man, son of David. And the Pharisees go, do you hear what they're saying? He goes, yeah. I hear what they're saying. And it's cutting him. He goes, have you not read the Bible? Mr. Scribe and Pharisee, Mr. Christian. Like we do all the time. Like, what's his name? Pastor Bennett. Cesario always battles Pastor Bennett, man. A pastor's supposed to know the Bible. And Cesario always go, okay, so go to Acts, blah, 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 man. Go to Romans 9:13, man. And shows him in the Bible how much he don't know the Bible, man. Embarrasses him.
Right.
Have you not read in the Bible that, you know, out of the mouth of suckling babes is great perfection, man? Cut them, man. They're supposed to read. You're supposed to know this. Why am I embarrassing you for the people here, man? You're supposed to know this, man. And Christ did the same thing that we do today. You know why? Because we follow Christ. Everything we do in the Bible. If I say how I dress, all in the Bible, how I conduct myself, how I teach the Bible is in the Bible, man.
Right.
The fact that I have one brother reading for me and I interpret it's in the Bible, man. Have you seen that, Akian?
It's okay.
You see how you're reading for me right now, yeah?
Right.
And I break it down. You know that's in the Bible, right?
I didn't know, but I know anything that anything that you know the ISUPK do is biblical in that respects.
Give me Hebrews Nehemiah 8:8, man.
Nehemiah 8:8. Come. Nehemiah 8. Select Nehemiah 8. Nehemiah 8 verse 8. So they Nehemiah 8 verse 8.
Go on.
So they read in the book, in the law of God, distinctly.
That's what we're doing right now, man. We're reading in the book of the Lord, man, which is the Bible. We done.
Khan, and gave the sense.
And gave the sense, man. Gave the understanding. We made it make sense, man. How can we read or stop him and then break it down, man? We make it make sense. We don't sing and dance and sing hymns all day. Right. Imagine if I used to go to church here, we said the Bible, and next to the Bible, I read a little book full of hymns, man, and shit. That Bible was open. That hymn book was open more than the Bible was, man. That hymn book was open all the time. Meanwhile, the Bible was closed, man. But we read the Bible and give the sense, give the understanding, man. Right. Keep it in.
Khan, and caused them to understand the reading.
We cause you to understand. We go in the dictionary. We go in the strong concordance, read it in the Hebrew, break it down. How can we get 2 words and not stop him and break it down? We cause you to understand it, man. We don't skim over it. We don't only read John 3:16, only John 1:1, just the New Testament. No, man, we make you understand it, man. We give the sense, the understanding, get the Bible dictionary. We don't stop till you understand it clearly, man. Keep it in.
Right. Khan. Verse 9, and Nehemiah, which is the Tershatha, and Ezra the priest.
So you had Nehemiah there, Ezra the priest there. We done.
Quran Khan. And the Levites that taught the people said unto all people, this day is holy unto the Lord your God.
So hold there a second. Let me get the scripture I wanted. About the pulpit of wood. The Ezra. Bear with me. Yeah. So it's Nehemiah. So okay, Nehemiah 8 and 4. Go a couple verses back.
So like Nehemiah chapter 8, verse 4.
Yeah, couple verses back.
Quran Khan. And Ezra the scribe stood upon a pulpit of wood.
Ooh. So Ezra stood upon a pulpit of wood, man. Doesn't that sound like the podium at camp?
Right.
Ezra stood upon a pulpit of wood.
Khan.
Doesn't that sound like the podium at camp? When Captain Parasha's prophesied at camp, he also stands on a pulpit of wood.
Right.
That sounds familiar, man. Oh, I don't see a pastor on the street on a pulpit of wood. Ezra on the street right here, in the church, and he's standing on some wood, just like what the ISUPK do, man. Just like what the ISUPK do in Chicago. The same thing they do in DC. The same thing they do in New York, same thing they do in Trinidad and the UK, man.
Right.
The pulpit of wood on the streets, man. Keep it in.
Quran Khan, which they had made for the purpose. And beside him stood Matthiah.
And beside him stood Matthiah, man. So that he's on a pulpit of wood, and beside him on the same piece of wood, there's a man there reading the Bible, man. That don't sound like camp to you.
Right, he does.
That sound like camp to you. The man beside him at camp reading for him, man, on the pulpit of wood. Keep it in.
Quran Khan, and Shema, and Ananiah, and Urijah, and Hilkiah.
So on his right, so keep it in.
Quran Khan, and Messiah on his right hand.
So on his right hand, he got 4 men on his right hand. Now let's see what he got on his left hand. Keep it in.
Quran Khan, and on his left hand, Pedaiah, and
Mishael,
so like you said, and Malachi. Is it Malachi? Malchiah, Salakia, Malchiah, and Haskam, and Hassam, and Hashbandana, Zechariah, and Mesulam, and Ezra opened the book. Salakia, is that it on that one?
Yeah, so on his right hand, he had men. On his left hand, he had men. This don't sound like camp today. That don't sound like man holding post.
Right.
Like brothers in come on, man. I'm seeing the ISUPK all over, man. I don't see your pastor doing this. I don't see Imam doing this, man. The ISUPK was built on the Bible, man.
That's right.
Jesus Christ set up the ISUPK, man.
That's
God
right.
set up the ISUPK. Everything we do is in the Bible, man.
Right.
Yeah, one man here reading the Bible, one man beside him, then 4 on his left, 4 on his right, man. What's going on? It's not like camp to me, man. So he's holding camp right here, man, in the sight of the people, man. Keep reading.
Quran Khan. And Ezra opened the book in the sight of all people.
And Ezra opened the book, man, in the sight of all the people, man. When it said all the people, talk about the Israelites, man. The context is key because no one else was here, man. So when it said the people, it's meaning the Israelites because no one else was there, man.
Right.
And what do you do when you open the book? You read it, man. You read it. That's what we do at camp. You open the book, man.
That's
you read
right.
Leviticus, man. Tell them, man, listen, you can't be a sexual deviant, man.
That's
we open
right.
the book and read Leviticus and listen, you can't eat pork, man. We open the book and tell them, man, listen, you can't be a Christian, man. Make them understand it like the Bible says. We open the Bible and we give the sense. In verse 8, it says that when we give the sense, give the understanding, man. Break it down on the streets and man go, oh, okay then. Okay then. Stop doing that. I'll change my life, man. That's what we do, man. Why? Because God told us to do so.
That's
Nothing
right.
we do that. Nothing we do in the ISUPK is because, you know, we do it because, you know, it's something we've been doing since 1969. Everything comes from God, man.
That's
Every
right.
last thing. How we dress, how we conduct, what we say, everything's in the Bible, man. If you don't believe me, just find something that we do. Find anything we do, the smallest thing, and tell me to prove it in the Bible. I'll show you in the Bible, man. I will show you in the Bible, man. Drop that. Give me Ezekiel 34:3.
Cut it, Khan. So like, is that 33 and Salakia?
34:3.
Cut it, Khan. Ezekiel 34, verse 3. You eat the fat, and you clothe you with wool.
So I can start from verse 2 if you could.
Okay, no, sir. Ezekiel 34, verse 2. Son of man, prophesy against the shepherds of Israel.
All right, so the Lord telling Ezekiel to prophesy against the shepherds of Israel. Now, what does it mean to prophesy against?
Speak against their actions, or speak against what they're doing.
When you see Captain Desire or any camp video, Captain Meshach, anyone, and they're speaking against Donald Trump, they're prophesying against America. When you see them speaking against sexual deviancy, they're prophesying against that. And the Lord's telling Ezekiel right now to prophesy against the shepherds of Israel, man. To prophesy against the black people that's supposed to be leading black people. A shepherd is a man that leads sheep, and we got people that's supposed to lead us. TD Jakes, Creflo Dollar, man. There people like that. People like black too, man. You know who else?
TD Jakes.
In the UK, people like David Lammy, Dion Abbott, Ian Wright. Those things prophesy against them, man. Speak against them for what they're doing. Like they ain't helping us. They ain't showing us who we are. They're telling us to join our oppressors, man. Let's speak against them for that, man. Keep it in.
Khan. Prophesy and say unto them, thus saith the Lord God unto the shepherds. Whoa.
Tell them this. Tell them what God says, man. That's what a prophet does. A prophet don't speak against people because he has some personal disagreement with them. He speaks against them because what God said, man. I don't go on the streets. I speak against drug dealers because I don't like drugs. Because God said so, man. I speak against the evil that they do because God's against drug dealing, man.
God's
against scammers, man. And that's what Ezekiel, we go out there in the streets and prophesy against him because of what God told us to do, man. Keep it
right. Khan. Woe be to the shepherds of Israel that do feed themselves. Should not the shepherds feed the flock?
And that's another scam right there, man. Our pastors feed themselves, man.
That's right.
And they don't feed the flock. That's another scam right there, man. You go to the church. I heard in America, brothers out there praying, paying for a prayer, man. You pay money for a prayer, man. I heard brothers are going out there. I had an uncle that's dead now, man. He spent loads of money in the church, man. And when he was sick, no one didn't even help him, man. No one didn't even go to his funeral, man. That's a scam right there, man. They tell black people, come on, buy my book, man. I got cassettes and DVDs, man. I got cassettes and DVDs on how to serve God, man. That should be free of charge, man. The Bible says, freely what? Freely you have received, freely give, man.
That's right.
So why is the pastor, man, robbing people, man, robbing them blind, man? I heard nowadays you can pay for a healing. You can pay for a healing, man. You pay him money and the pastor put his hand on your forehead, man, and heal you, man. That's a scam right there, man. Let me tell you something, black man. A pastor can't heal you, man. When the Bible talks about healing, it's talking about what we do at the ISUPK, man, getting brothers off drugs, man. Getting sisters to stop being whores, man. It's not no touch to the forehead and that's it, man. That's a lie, man. Getting baptized. Listen, every time someone gets baptized, yeah, it's a scam. It's a scam. Your pastor goes, yeah, get baptized, man. You feel different, man. I know brothers that went in the water, come back up and say, wow, it felt so nice and refreshing. It's a scam, man. It's a lie, man. You know what? It felt so good because it's a shock of the water on your forehead, man. Imagine a man don't drink water. It's a shock of the water on your face.
Right.
So of course, you feel funny and I felt refreshed and rejuvenated. And of course, it's a scam. And your pastor knows that, man. Your pastor knows that, man. When you go to church, I felt so good. I went to church today. I gave him all my money because I was feeling so down. And after I went to church, I felt better. Of course, you felt better, man. You just went to a concert.
That's right.
You went to church, you had a bad day, a bad week at work and so forth, man. And now you're banging tambourine, singing Jesus Loves Me, and everyone's skanking out. You just went to a concert, man. You know what concerts are supposed to do? Clubs are supposed to make you feel good, man. Right. Concerts are supposed to make you feel good, man. That was the Spirit of Christ that made you feel good, man.
That's
that
right.
Your pastor that made you feel good, man. But the pastor are scam artists, man.
That's right.
So good. Christ is so good. You know what? I'm gonna put 10 in the donation bucket, but God's so good to me. You know what, Bonnet? I'm putting the rent money in there, man. You know what? Yeah, man. put it in there.
Mm.
I thought the guys are so good to me. I'm putting my whole money in there, man. Really, you was lied to you, man.
That's
You was
right.
lied to you, man. And guess what? The pastors are the biggest scammers, man. And God is against scam artists, man. And the wickedest thing is pastors even know this, man. There was a TV program, and they said that black people are very spiritual, and to that the pastors will think of ways how to get more black people in their churches, man. And that's why the black church they play music, because they know black people love music, man.
That's right.
In the church, they love women in the church. Men don't go to church, they like women in the church. Why? Because women are emotional, man. Women love the sound of music, love the sound of happiness. They love it, love it, love it. So they're praying the woman, man. And guess what? Guess who got all the jobs women do, man.
That's right.
In them church, they want the scam artists, man. They want the woman in there, man. They want the woman in there with that money, that bag. She works hard in the week. They want all that money, man. So guess what? We're gonna make her happy. We're gonna make her happy. We're gonna play music because she loves music. We're gonna say, you know what? It's okay for women to teach because she got the bag. We want her money, man. They're scam artists, man. We're gonna say it's okay for women to divorce a man. We're gonna say that the woman ain't under the man no more. She's equal now, man. We're gonna speak about things like that because she got the bag and we're scam artists, so we want that money she got, man. We want that check. We take cash. We take credit. We want it
Right.
all, man. We say anything to get that money. You're equal to your man. You can divorce your man. Women doubt or lose, whatever it takes, man. Because we want that money. You like music? We're gonna play some music, man. You like flowers in the church? We're getting flowers in the church, man. See, I remember you come to the ISUP kid. The ISUP kid is rough, man.
Mm.
You know, on the floor, you see a picture of Caesar Borgia that you must step in. You must step on to get in the school, man.
Mm.
In our school, we got hard chairs, man, like this. Hard
Mm.
chairs. But the church now, man, they got the cuddly chairs, man.
That's
They got
right.
nice carpet, man. They got anything that women love, they got it in there. Because again, the scam artists, man. And scam artists got to make you feel comfortable, man. It's like the one.
You're saying Whitestate was heavy. The captain Kahan Thamyad, he had a video with a pastor, and he admitted that in the church a lot of it is a hoax. So, for example, when someone's like, "I'm gonna offer 6 grand," it's a lie. Really, with the money, it belongs to someone else,
Mm.
and once it's all done, they hand it back to them, so that it makes you wanna donate more.
Scam.
Come on, man. It's all scam artists, man. In the Bible, we're not like that, man. We ain't cheats, man. But anyway, that's the class of the way. Shalom Hakayan for reading from man. The water, man. Powerful.
No, sir.
Trooper Hakayan Korab, man. I mean, ready for the battle, man. And get back to that tomorrow, which will be held in London. That'll be online. You can watch it on YouTube, One West United Kingdom, or you can watch it on Facebook, ISUPK_UK, or you can watch it on Periscope, which is also ISUPK_UK. And you have class again on Wednesday at 394 Lodge Road, B18 5PW, 7 to 9. And Thursday also 394 Lodge Road, B18 5PW, 7 to 9. And with that, we have the announcements and the prayers. Shalom.
ISUPK started at a 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. Rule for a new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After these 6 months, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10 means 10th Ma'ashara, 10% of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the Treasury Department of teacher, priest fund, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocation is Hakanaka in December, so the date to be announced. All Akim Akwaf, check the bulletin board in the hallway and check all ISUPK social media. If anyone wants to become a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirts, pants, headbands, and scarves. And with that, I'm Madian. The Lord's Prayer. Abanawa,
Abanawa,
Shabbat,
Shemayim,
Kodash,
Kodash,
Hayah,
Hayah,
Shemka,
Shamka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Malakaka,
Malakaka,
Abaa,
Taba'ah,
Ratzaika,
Ratzaika,
Hayah,
Hayah,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Baharatza,
Ba'aratza,
Kawar,
Kawar,
Hayah,
Hayah,
Bashemayim,
Bashemayim,
Thalanawa,
Nathanawa,
Lakam,
Lakam,
Kal,
Kal,
Yawam,
Yawam,
Wasalaknawa,
Wasalaknawa,
Kabawafnawa,
Kabawafnawa,
Kasalaknawa,
Kasalaknawa,
Kabawafinawa,
Kabawafnawa,
Wala'a,
Wala'ah,
Kabaya'aynawa,
Dabayainawa,
Wanasayawan,
Wanasayawan,
Abor,
Abor,
Hawashainawa,
Hawashainawa,
Mayon,
Mayon,
Rai,
Rai,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Laka,
Laka,
Hamalakwa,
Hamalakwa,
Waha'ala,
Waha'ala,
Wahafapara,
Wahafapara,
the Iwalamyam,
Iwalamyam,
Aman,
Amen. And in English, our Father,
our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name,
Thy kingdom come,
thy kingdom come,
thy will be done
thy will be done,
in earth
in earth,
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us today
Give us this day
our daily bread,
our daily bread,
and forgive us our debt
and forgive us our debt,
as we forgive our
as
debtors,
we forgive our debtors,
and lead us not
and lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us
but deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
For thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
No,
The blessings, Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bahashem Yahushai,
Hashem Yahushai,
Barakanawa,
Barakanawa,
Wayasha'ala,
Wayasha'ala,
Wahabaya,
Wahabaya,
Sapaya,
Sapaya,
Barak Rapa,
Barakapah,
Magun Hagun,
Magun Hagun,
the Gordon family,
Gordon family,
Bennett family,
Bennett family,
the George family,
George family,
Shay,
Shane,
and Rachel.
Rachel, Evelyn,
Evelyn,
that's it.
Bahashem,
Hashem,
Yahushai,
Yahushai,
the water,
Water,
Aman.
Aman.
And what we just said was, Lord, in the name of Yahushai, bless us and Israel and the school. Bless, heal, shield, protect those loved ones. In the name of Yahushai, thank you, and so be it. And with that, we're going to give them the teacher one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, I Madiam Shabbat, I Madiam Barak, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Barak Thar,
Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Barakatah.
Yadim Atah, class dismissed.